Hey everyone, welcome to our new series here at UTD Esports Play-by-Play, a series where we highlight our athletes' performance in recent tournaments or matches, hearing their perspectives on the matchups. Today, we're joined by our very own Super Smash Bros. Ultimate team captain, Marcel.
Hi, I'm Marcel. I'm a power-ranked Pichu in DFW, team captain of the esports team, and best Pichu in Texas.
Awesome, and do you mind explaining exactly what this tournament that you entered in called Juicebox is?
Yeah, Juicebox is hosted by Hungrybox, a very well-known player in both Melee and Ultimate, and several other games as well. Juicebox is his tournament, his Wi-Fi tournament that has been going on since a while now. I think it probably started when quarantine started. So one of the most well-known Wi-Fi tournaments out there. All the competition from around, I think, North America and South America get to join.
Today, though, we are going to be analyzing his performance and specifically more in depth on one set that he had. So we're going to go ahead and start that off. It's going to be a set, him against a young Link, or Toon Link rather, Marvelous. So you want to talk a little bit about this matchup specifically, Pichu into Toon Link?
I am very unfamiliar with this matchup. This player is really, really talented, actually. He's especially well known to have good results on Wi-Fi. I'm not too sure about offline. I didn't do too much research on that department, but he is well known as a good win online.
Yeah.
And I was going into this really nervous because I recognize his name from outside of just the bracket.
Starting off this set, he's kind of pressuring you pretty well, but you're doing a pretty good job of keeping him off stage right there and taking him down 2-3. What was kind of your mentality going into this set? I think, like, off the bat, he is pretty aggressive. What were you trying to really do to him?
My main tool to approach and to like test people is T-Jolt, and he knows how to deal with T-Jolt, which is very frustrating because I depend on T-Jolt way too much, especially on Wi-Fi, because that's like Pichu's only good move on Wi-Fi other than maybe Nair or something. So I think the first set you'll see me T-Jolting a lot to approach, and he just deals with it very well. I think I lost my first stock actually T-Jolting on top of his shield and him up being. Right there is an adaptation. I T-Jolted his shield and faded away. There, I do it again. T-Jolt on his shield and get punished with up B. So I think I adapt a little bit later in bracket, but yeah, I stopped T-Jolting as much.
If we look back onto previous games in this tournament, I feel like you were kind of rolling through people. Did you feel like this was probably like the first set where you really had to like buckle up and kind of like start grinding out some attacks?
Yeah, this is the first. I'm pretty sure it's like one of the first few times I had to like actually adapt. Most of the time I can get away with my mindless T-Jolting, but I do have to like. I'm not saying I don't think playing other people, but I do have to like change my playstyle quite a bit playing into him.
What's your main objective here, I guess, like for someone that's trying to play Pichu and they're trying to adapt into like this, in this specific scenario, what's kind of your mentality here? What are you trying to throw out to not get punished too hard?
At this percent, I'll become more scared and throw T-Jolts to try to
Wow, it's just disgusting.
That was definitely a jump read right there.
Yeah.
Whenever it's like such a big disparity in percents, I usually play it safe with T-Jolt, wait for my approach, and then once they're at 40%, I'll go for a Nair and hopefully get sent to a tech situation, and hopefully I can get an F smash off and they're off stage and I get an edge guard and win the game. If they're past 40%, I will just start playing more safe, looking for grabs so I can send them off stage and look for a gimp of some sorts. I just need to get rid of the stock as fast as possible without killing myself, right?
Yeah.
But once I'm past 130, I can just T-Jolt as much as I want because I'm pretty much dead. Anything will kill me, so I just start throwing it out. Safely, of course. If I T-Jolt on top of his shield any up Bs, I will die, so...
Yeah, most definitely. And then we're getting into the second game here. What was kind of your mentality going into this one? Because you're already up 1. Are you trying to be a lot more passive this game compared to the previous one, or are you trying to keep up that aggressive play?
I'm T-Jolting a lot more. I guess I didn't change much because it worked out last game. So my mentality is, okay, if nothing if it worked out last time, then I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. I know it was different in the third game, but
well, I guess that's spoilers because that's just a disgusting affair.
Yeah, that was pretty bad on my part. Whenever I get launched at a really far angle, like really high up and to the side, I always come down with the T-jolt trying to cover my landing. And I'm sure he knew that, so he threw out an up air, clanked with my T-jolt, and then went through that T-jolt and hit me. So that was very good on his part, and he took an early stock because of that. Because of my silly habits in disadvantage.
Yeah, and I guess I'm not too familiar, but is Toon Link someone that's like in the meta at all? Because I feel like he's like a little off meta, correct?
He is pretty off meta. He is not well known, like a well-known top tier or a big character to play. But with that there's matchup and experience because nobody plays him, right? So
yeah.
Oh dang! I had the read right there. I just let it rip too early.
Oh, it's so exciting watching sets like this with like such talented individuals because it's just like when it's this close, it's just such a nail biter and it can go either way. And with a character like Pichu, when he can die at like such a low percentage, it's so fun to watch.
He had that read on up B. The thing is with Pichu, and that might be an experience from him too, right? Pikachu's up B actually goes a little bit shorter than Pichu's. I'm sure if I was Pikachu, that up smash would have hit whenever he read my recovery to stage, but because I'm Pichu, it goes a little bit farther, and he misspaced the up smash.
Yeah.
But he did read me.
Well, I was able to kill you right there, 1-2. Have you felt like online over the course of these, I guess, last year, have you felt like online is much more difficult playing Pichu? Have you had a better experience? What was that kind of like?
I hate online like a lot because Pichu is a very reactionary based character. His combos are very, very tight. They require you to react to in DI or out DI. And because of that, Wi-Fi adds a little bit more input delay, so you can't really react to things you would be able to offline. So Pichu is probably one of the worst characters to play on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, probably like bottom 5, bottom 10.
I kind of want to talk more about like your performance overall and just in tourneys in general. What have you had any difficulty kind of moving from that in-person tournament mode to online, or is it really just come down to like Nintendo's online system kind of being a little laggy?
At first, when quarantine started, I did have trouble like adapting to the online environment. It was pretty tough because like I'm already a very reactionary based player. I had to like start quote unquote mashing, right? Yeah. I have to start like throwing out aerials where I think they're going to be, not where they are, right? Mm-hmm. Like for example, if they're in the corner and they jump, I can react to it, jump in up air and get a confirm off of it.
Yeah.
But online, you can still react to a certain extent, but whenever you throw that move out, they might already air dodge, they might have already double jumped, they might have fast fallen or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's super tough, but I think I have adapted a little bit to the online environment, which is a little worrisome. I hope I can adapt back to offline once offline comes back.
Yeah.
Because the online playstyle is not a very rigorous. Not you don't have to think that much to play online. You just have to play smart. Know what moves to throw out when, as opposed to online where you have to have a good reaction time and matchup experience. In online, it pays off to not interact and to play your own game instead.
So we're getting into the third match here. It is 1-1 in the set. Are you still kind of in that same mentality of kind of playing the same style, or are you a little more reserved now that the set is kind of on the line and your stake at being in the tournament could be gone here?
Yeah, I definitely was playing more aware of myself this time around, especially because I lost the last game.
I can notice your heart rate slightly going up over the course of this set. I like that heart rate monitor, and that trade is just
that trade. I stuck
ridiculous.
out my toe into his sword and I poked his hand at the same time. Wow.
What's your take on the
really?
Go ahead.
No, it's a really intense set. I think my heart rate goes really high. I'm surprised it's not higher right now, honestly.
I think it gets to like 160 or something.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
that.
Especially near the end, it got really high. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, what's your thoughts on the new Pichu like buffs? I know you're
Oh,
probably really excited.
that is so exciting. That is so exciting. They made his best move even better. Invincibility on his ears. Are you kidding me? I'll take that any day. Oh, that's so exciting. And damage nerfs again, or not nerfs. I guess buffs you would say, less self damage.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic. They didn't revert all the damage nerfs they did in like the one patch they nerfed Pichu. They redid the damage for up B, for forward throw, for forward air, and one more I think. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But all pretty good. If they added damage reduction for back air, that would have been it. That would have been fantastic. And for T-Jolt, that would have been those two moves, because those are the two moves I use the most actually.
Yeah.
Other than there.
Hey, but you can't complain. At least they finally shed some love on your main.
They did.
This is such a close set. I think like just the ability to kill is like so easy because you're both like so easily killable, but at the same time it's just like you're kind of poking out each other and playing just like default almost to, because like the nerves at this point, what's going through your head is just like at this point the whole thing is on the line, and right here not killing at 150 is probably just so annoying already.
Oh, very, very much so. Like the goal of Pichu is to survive as long as you can and to kill as early as you can, because if you don't survive early, that's the Pichu's literally worst weakness obviously is his weight, right? So if you die early to your weakness, that's pretty bad. That's your win condition, to survive as long as you can, because he's a really powerful character.
And again, twice now, going straight off the edge, but opposite sides of the battlefield. It's just so hard. And he's
the 188.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job at just throwing stuff at you, preventing you from killing. But I mean, that grab is just gonna result in a kill. And I mean, you're already at 90% right here.
I'm at kill percent for sure. Most smash attacks will kill me. That would have killed me for sure. That was so close. I think my heart rate spiked a little bit because of that. See, I'm going for cheese right there because I'm already so close to dying. I'm surprised that didn't kill. No, it probably shouldn't have. I was very unfamiliar, so I would not know. Got a free grab from jump T-Jolt from ledge. I go for that a lot too. One of my worst habits.
Yep. Pichu has just such a high recovery though. Like you're able to go so deep for some of those options to try getting some cheese, and I mean you can just get right back up. But I mean 137 to 36, most people like watching right now would be like it's basically gone unless you just bricks every F tilt or anything really can kill you right here. But you're just doing such a fantastic job at boxing them out here.
I wanted to say could you rewind for a sec? There's that at this percent, I think I mentioned earlier how I usually go for a nair tech chase situation at like 40%. So I get him a little bit percent. He's at 36, and I have a little bit of rage, so I can go for the nair tech chase if I get a nair, right? I take a little damage, that's fine, better than being dead. I'm looking for that nair, so I'm trying to get a conversion with my T-Jolt. So I can combo into nair and get right there. I get one, but he techs it, right? And so if he would have not teched it, he probably would have died. So I'm looking for another nair, hoping he techs it again, but I was just going to F smash right away so I can cover that tech. And I go for the F smash again right there, but he jumped instead of teching in place. So that was my thinking right there. And I catch him with that. Ah, dang. Of course he won't die though.
And the heart rate at this point, 162. I mean, this is
I'm very stressed out. Oh my gosh, and it's so unbelievably close. I almost died to the bomb. That's how light he is. Oh, and that would have killed. All of these things would have killed each other, but we were both just throwing things out. Man.
If that spiked, that would have been the hottest
Actually, the boomerang there stopped me from comboing it into down B because I was in hit lag from hitting it.
And then
and then just a straight dash attack.
192. That is just ridiculous. The fact that you're able to close out a set like that is just... And I guess going off of that, like, what is your mentality when you're behind by stocks for someone that's kind of like trying to get in a good mentality? Because I know it's pretty easy to like tilt or almost just like give up at a certain stock like proportionate ratio rather. What do you kind of like think of when you're going through stuff like that?
I try not to beat myself up on losses, so I just say I'll give it my best, right? And if I lose, I mean, obviously I'm sad, right? But it's really hard for me to tilt. The only way I would realistically tilt is like if my opponent is mean, I'd get tilted.
Yeah.
I don't like them or something, and like I have like a personal grudge against them. I'm like, oh dang, I should have won. I don't know. I've always had like a decent mentality. I know a lot of people get really upset when they lose. I don't know. I just don't take the game to heart. I do love this game a lot, but I think not worrying too much about the losses and trying to learn more than worrying about your wins and losses is a better mentality and helps you grow more as a player.
That basically wraps up your set. Overall, the performance, 13th out of 514 is amazing in general. So definitely super stoked that you were able to do that well in a tournament. And I'm sure you'll be doing superb in future tournaments as well. Overall, though, is there any last thoughts that you wanted to tell the people? Anything regarding games coming up or any sets that you're looking forward to?
I know UTD just won regionals in CSL, the Collegiate Star League, College Smash. And we are going to move on to nationals now. I'm not sure when the date of that is, but that is definitely coming up. And hopefully UTD wins for we won 2 years ago. I don't know if it was last year, I'm sorry. So hopefully we win 2 years in a row now.
Yes, back to back. But I appreciate you giving the insight for everyone, Marcel. Where can they reach out to you for socials and everything like that?
My socials are VapMarce, VAPMARCE. My Twitch is also that. Those are my two main socials. So if you wish to follow me on any of those, I do stream at least once a week on my Twitch. I try to twice. At mostly Smash tournaments. I also dabble in other games, and my Twitter will let you know when I do go live. So that's that.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate all of you watching. This has been Play by Play with UTD Esports, and we'll see you guys very soon.